What is going on, everybody? Happy Tuesday. Back to streaming here on a Tuesday. This is the 900 subscriber giveaway announcement winner for the winner for the video that I put out last Tuesday. So if you're watching this, whether you're here right now hanging out in the chat, or if you are catching this replay, we are going to break a couple. I want to talk about some of the answers that people gave, because there was a question that I asked people to put in the comment section of that last video. So we will kind of go through some of those, and then from there get into the wheel and a couple other things. But before we get into all the fun, first take a moment, smash the like button if you haven't already. Subscribe to the channel if you are new. Like I said, this is for the 900 subscriber giveaway milestone that I just hit on my way to 1K. Really exciting to come this far. It's been crazy. It's been just a little over a year, and to see the channel grow the way it has, and to see the community grow just the way it has been awesome, and meeting so many people along the way. So before I get into, like I said, before I get into all the fun, and before we greet the chat here, I do had to bring my boy Jason with me here. So some of you might know him as Claiming Comics, but Jason, what's going on, brother?
Yo, how you doing, Justin?
I'm doing good, man. Thanks for joining me here today, going through some of this fun stuff as we kind of celebrate the quick 900 before we get to the 1K.
Congratulations once again.
Thanks, man. I appreciate that. I wanted to show here because I thought this would be a perfect, appropriate time to show this book. So for those watching right now, Jason here hooked me up with an AOK, one of many, which I appreciate you, man, for doing that.
Yeah,
I thought this would be a nice little platform to kind of show this book off here. So Jay, I know you and I just met up recently. You had a box to give me of comic books. I remember I came home, my girlfriend's like, where do you get all those comic books from? She's like, you just go buying stuff? I was like, no.
How much money did you just spend?
right. I'm like, you not believe it. This guy in the parking lot, he just gave me a box.
Literally in the parking lot. That's funny.
All right. So this is what Jason had given me for the people in the chat right now. This is We Live issue number 5, a store variant that I was not aware of. Comic Blend that did an exclusive, and dude, this is just stunning. Absolutely stunning. This is Inaki, right? That did the actual artwork.
Yeah. So this exclusive, like I was telling Justin when I met him up, I kind of spec'd on it, like not heavy at all. I bought a copy for myself, and I bought an extra one because Inaki Miranda, the creator, one of the brothers of the series, did the artwork, because it's exact to the artwork in the book. And also up top, obviously this is showcasing dude, I forgot his name. What's his name? The dude with the gorilla friend.
Yeah,
the older kid in the new book too, in the free comic book day book too.
Yeah,
but it's him. And people who've read the book know who he is. And as you know, spoilers. The end of the last issue, you think he's somewhere else or maybe dead, but then he comes back and he's older. And the creators also have mentioned that he's going to play a big role when Volume 2 comes around. So I kind of picked up an extra copy to spec on it, but.
Yep.
This guy to my left, this way, has been raving about this, so I thought it was just better to AOK to him.
Dude, I truly appreciate the AOK, and yeah, I mean you've heard me talk about the series. I can't stop telling people about it. The fact that it just checks off all the right boxes. The artwork, the artists, the creators. I know we talked about, like, they're real humble. You can reach out to them, and there's going to be more. So I know Aftershock, a lot of their stuff is like the 5-issue series, and then some of it ends, and then some of it continue. So this is going to be a continuation, which I'm excited for. So again, I can't thank you enough, man. Thank you so much.
No problem, bro.
So let's say a quick hello to the chat here. I see a lot of comments. Let me scroll to the top here, and then we'll get into it, because I want to show some comments that people had submitted. And I should clarify, what was asked was if you could recommend a book, a comic book series or a graphic novel or whatever, to someone that's brand new to reading, what would be your go-to recommendation? So we'll get into those in just a sec. But let's see. We got Comic Burrito hanging out with us early. What's going on, Cole? Thanks for stopping in, man. Something Wong also hanging out, saying giddy up. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. He's wondering if I should eat ice cream or not, Howard. Dude, I mean, you probably should. You probably should eat ice cream. It's usually a good thing. You talked me into it. There you go. We got Nick Kicks and Comics. What's going on, Nick? Just saw him earlier hanging out with Legion. Good to see you, brother. Thanks for stopping in. Let's see, scrolling through. We got Astro Wizard in the house. What's going on, Astro? Appreciate you stopping in. We got Phil Ailing also hanging out with us here. What's going on, Phil? Thanks for stopping in. My man Chet I Knight, going well, my friend, going well. Hope you saw all those nice pizza shots that I had on my Instagram account. I know you're a fan. Unoriginal 000. What is going on, brother? Thanks for stopping in. We also have Los in the house. My man Los, he says he's putting the kids to bed. I'll be popping in and out of the chat. Appreciate you, Los. Let's see. We got Rudy also hanging out with us tonight. Good to see you, Rudy. We got my man Verno, the Cerebros, hanging out with us, doing his thing. Good to see you, Verno. I know we're going to be set to collaborate again soon, so looking forward to that. My man Aaron, AA Comics, also hanging out. Evening, y'all. Thanks for stopping in, Aaron. Hey, we got Roscoe in the house saying congratulations on the 900. Thank you so much, Roscoe.
Oh,
I do appreciate that. We got my girl Sheena hanging out with us. What's going on, Sheena? Hey, by the way, a little plug. We are going to be live literally here in the next less than an hour on this same channel, only in a different link. So if you guys are interested in talking some Black Science with me, Jason, Eric, JR, and this one right here, Sheena, who's going to be joining and being the first time on my channel, really excited for. So we'll be breaking down trade number 4 in about an hour, a little less than an hour. So thank you, Sheena, for hanging out early. Let's see, scrolling through. Where'd you get that? I like that name. What's going on? Thanks for stopping in. Guys, make sure you smash that like button if you haven't already. Also, I put Jason's information in the description below if you guys aren't following him. Claiming Comics over on Instagram. That's his name. That's not what he's doing. Well, he does do that too, but that's also his name. So make sure you are subbed up or following him over on Instagram. Oh, the chat just jumped on me. We got Dave Collects. Yeah. We were talking about his name earlier, how he has the name Yeah, and we were thinking it was like Sandlot, Yeah. That kid. We weren't sure. Comic Book Cuber in the house. What's going on, Cuber? Thanks for stopping in. We got RD Harris also in the house. We got my man Fable, Station Fable. What's going on, man? You promised me comics in the house, which is Sparks Comics. Good to see you, Sparks. Just had Caroline on the show this past Saturday. Really, just a great time.
That was a good show.
Thank you, man. I enjoyed it. A lot of good laughs, and I learned a lot. So definitely, you guys catch that replay if you haven't. Doug Bratton in the house. What's going on, Doug? Good to see you, man. Got to meet Doug Bratton a couple months ago over at Terrificon. That was cool too. Let's see, just scrolling through. Apologize if I missed anybody. Chat just kind of jumped again. Oh, we got my man Ryan in the house, Comic Stash, hanging out. We got Mark, Legion of Comics, who was just doing a live hangout earlier. I'm actually going to have Mark on as my guest next Saturday. This Saturday, I should say, with for Comic Collector Origins. So I'll throw that up there as the appropriate plug for that. So looking forward to hanging out with Mark. Been talking for a while now, trying to line something up. So that'll be 2:00 Eastern time on my channel here. Let's see. I think. We got Bleecker Street in the house. What's going on, Bleecker? Thank you so much, man. He says congrats on the 900, boss. I appreciate it. The time has flown for sure. All right, I think kind of in the middle here, scrolling back up to the top. All right, so I think I got everybody. If I missed you, I apologize. Keep it up in the chat. I'm sure we will. I'll catch you at some point. If you're watching this replay right now, thanks for taking the time. We got 26 people in the house. So I will say, the giveaways, by the way, if people didn't see that, these are the giveaways. So it's Eve issue number 1, which I love the series overall. I do think that the ending was a little rushed, but it's 5 issues, so it is tough to kind of end something like that. I'm hoping that they do more, kind of like we were just talking about We Live.
I think they will
to see more of that. Yeah, because
I think they will.
I'm invested now, man. I'm invested in Eve. I want to know, where she goes from here. So
for sure,
and Wexler too. So that's one of the books that the winner of tonight's drawing is going to get. And then I also have this beautiful Rose Besh Miles Morales cover that she had come out with not too long ago. So that is also up for grabs as the second. These are all in one. All 3 are going to be in one thing. And then I got Batman 108. We got Miracle Molly here. This is the Federici variant, and I was just obsessed with these Federici variants. So thought this would be a good one to pass along as well. Batman right now, Tynan, the big event is here. Fear State is here. So definitely, I recommend. I'm enjoying it so far, and I recommend it. But those are the 3 books that you can win here tonight. and we're gonna do a random, wheel drawing. But before we do that, I also want to mention that Jason had given out. There we go.
Big vibes.
Couple books here from Jason that we're gonna give away to the chat here in just a little bit. So if you hang tight with us, this can be something you can win here, even if you don't win the big one or if you didn't get to enter originally. So Jason, you had thrown this bad boy in East of West. Tell me just a little bit about it, or why is this in the giveaway here?
So first of all, I gave Justin like a bunch of bundles like I made and like I thought out from my stuff. And East of West, actually, I visited Justin's LCS. For those of you who don't know, me and Justin, we live pretty close to each other, very close to each other. And I visit his LCS often. And they always have some great deals on these trade paperbacks for like $5, like in some bins. And you can find some gold for sure. And East of West is a series written by Jonathan Hickman. I'm not sure what year it came out. I think 2014 or somewhere around that year. But basically, the best description I can give for those who already are fans of Hickman, they already know like why this book is so good because of his writing style and how everything, every little bit of information is threaded on like a piece of string, and like you'll get back to that piece of string, like it'll come for full circle basically. And basically, I would describe it as a sci-fi western thriller kind of, but it's a story about a father and his son at the end of the day. It's real touching, and it has a lot of these crazy elements thrown in. Has the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse. It's about death and his son. So if that didn't already, grab your attention, then I honestly don't know what will.
Yeah.
Funny story. So literally right after I found out that Justin lived so close and his LCS was Zap that I've been going to for a little while, I actually happened to find the full run of East of West there, and I picked up for like $1.50 an issue each, and I picked up 10 issues 1 through 10 first, binged it, loved it, came back and bought the rest of the run. And, I saw that in the shop and thought it was something great to give away to someone, especially for $5,
Absolutely. No, absolutely. And that's a great deal. Anytime you can find, there's a lot of, anything, it's Image, right? Yeah. Image, Image trades for $5 like that is especially the kickoff of one. It's always nice.
Oh, wow. I just saw the Cerebro's comment and I completely agree with it. He said, finally about to finish East of West this week. Fire book. Feels like Tarantino making a Star Wars / Game of Thrones.
Oh, yes. Wow. Okay.
Yes.
Damn. That's
exactly like it.
That's a description right there. I see we got K Titus in the house. What's going on, K Titus? We got Eric Azor's Tiger, who I mentioned he'll be on the channel here in less than an hour. Good to see you, Eric. We also have Alan Climbing Comics hanging out with us as well. Station brother, thanks for stopping in. Thought I saw someone else. I think I got everybody at the moment. That's a great point. Great point. And and I haven't read that yet. As this is a giveaway, I might take a sneak peek and read that first trade before it actually gets shipped out. But I definitely, that's been on my list. So, so it's going to be that book along with a couple. I don't think these are very good ideas to give away, Jason, but he's throwing out these 2 bad idea books. You guys see what I did there? The Lot, which I've been really enjoying, although I have not read issue 3 yet because my LCS didn't have it. Issue 3, but The Lot, been loving this one. And then this one I did not pick up, but you had mentioned, or obviously you picked it up.
Go to Joker's, literally down the block from your house,
that.
Whatever it is, go there. You'll get it.
Did you enjoy this book? What were your thoughts? Okay.
All right, so Monster Kill Squad. Monster Kill Squad, that one, I thought it was just going to be some action-packed, not much substance really to the writing, and just it is what it is. Like you see what you see on the cover is what you get, basically. You know what I mean? But to be honest, the detail of the lore, because this issue deals with clowns, and there's subspecies of clowns, and their powers of manipulation and illusion, and there's humor thrown in when there's an interrogation room at the end where they're talking to the clown, the monster, and it's real funny.
Okay.
It has substance. So I was wrong, basically.
Okay.
So it was really good, and about The Lot. It's a great horror book. Unique art style.
So good.
Great.
Was this a one shot, by the way, or are they doing?
No. That's continuing. That's
Oh, let's continue. Okay. So these are both issue ones. I know the lot is 4 issues total. 3 of them are out already. So that's going to be the part of the giveaway there for Jason, who's going to ask a trivia question a little bit later, probably 20 minutes or so. But let's dive into some of the answers real quick before we get into the actual giveaway. I just want to read off a couple. We can talk briefly about our thoughts on some of them. Also, I saw Moonlit Comics in the house. Michelle, I think I missed you earlier. What's going on, Michelle? Good to see you. Guys, make sure you smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, follow Jason. I put his information in the description below. All right, let's get into this. So I'm going to share my screen here, which I probably should have had ready earlier. Let's see. Comments. There we go. All right. You guys, you can see that?
Yeah.
All right. Oh, yeah, perfect. All right, cool. So I'm going to start this off. I won't go too in detail with a lot of these, but there's just a few that I'll kind of read out. But again, the question was, if people missed it, for my 900 subscriber giveaway, in order to enter that, you had to write in the comment section below stating a book that you would recommend to a new reader, in terms of comics. So kind of a go-to thing. And so I'm going to kick off a couple here. So Chris Lopez, you might know him as I Got Issues over on Instagram. I'll read his first. He says, I tell a new reader to read Scott Snyder's Batman run, specifically Court of Owls arc, which is the first, I think, 8 issues or 14 issues that begins his run. I think it's a great story with a lot of background for a huge, big-time character that's been around forever. The art by Capullo is top-notch as well. And I have to say, I just recently started reading Scott Snyder's Batman and also just kind of became – I mean, I've been a fan of Snyder, but, like, I feel like I've gotten even closer to Snyder now because I joined his writing class. It's actually something I haven't really shared with anybody.
Actually, yeah, you told me.
But I talked to you about it, yeah, and it's been awesome. I would recommend it to anybody, even if you're not a writer. I'm not a writer. I just wanted to join just to see what it was about. It's $7 over on Substack. It's $7. $7
it's on Substack.
It's on Substack, yeah. So it's cool, man. He does these awesome live. I mean, he's literally teaching you his like tricks to the trade. And so he has these like 2-hour long classes, like once a month or whatever. And on top of that, there's a huge Discord. There's a ton of people who are writers / fans / comic book collectors all in one.
Do that, dude.
It's just a cool like hangout, like a separate community.
I'm subscribed to the Donny Cates and Stegman one.
Oh yeah, you told me about
the
that
annual one. And bro, like I've been watching some private like Stegman live drawings and stuff.
Oh, nice.
Substack's pretty cool, man.
I definitely recommend it
for the creators giving that content, right? I think there's some creators who need to kind of shuffle some things around, but for the creators who giving that content, it's worth it. Definitely.
Yeah, and I would say like for Snyder specifically, this is such a unique, thing to like hang out and talk to, and so I bring this up because, because Chris had mentioned in his comment, but the other thing was Court of Owls that he mentioned. So. One of the classes, the examples, he's breaking down Court of Owls as a writer perspective.
That's dope.
So I'm kind of seeing the behind the scenes, cool. Yeah, and getting an understanding for the overall, like how he came up with the idea, where he wanted to go with it, what he had to do to like talk with DC about what he was allowed to do, all these different things. So it's just really cool. But I totally agree here with Chris. I've heard nothing but great things. I can't say I've read the whole thing myself, but I have started it. And I've just heard nothing but great things. So, and Capullo, of course, is fantastic. So great stuff there. And I saw Burrito agreeing there. Amazing person to listen to. He came out on the show. Oh, that's cool. And it was insane. I'll have to catch the replay.
Seems like a good dude.
Yeah.
Seems like a good guy.
Totally. I saw someone saying hi to Empire. What's going on, Empire? Good to see you, man. Thanks for stopping in. All right. So let's see. We'll I'll try to keep some of these brief here. Christopher Hermes. Thanks for leaving a comment here. He had mentioned if they didn't want to dive into superheroes at first, Fables by Bill Willingham with Mark Buckingham. I have not read Fables, but I've heard of it. But otherwise,
Fables, right?
Yeah. I know him and JP. I saw JP in here earlier too. I know that they had JP does a whole like indie spotlight or indie show. They break down certain trades of books, and that was one of them, I think, with John. So I don't know much about Fables, but that's going to be something added to my list. That's partially why I wanted to do this and ask these questions, is because I wanted to get suggestions from myself. Yeah, I mean, I'm still a very new reader for sure. So some of these things I either haven't heard of or just, I just need that sell,
For sure.
So let's see. Emmanuel here says Killer Be Killed would be his pick, and I have heard of that as well.
Dude,
Have you read that?
Binged the hell out of that when I first got back into books, like
Nice.
comics, I should say. And
Mhm.
wow, yeah, dude, that is great.
Nice.
Great.
JB's. I have been on the show, JB, but not for Fables. Is what I'm getting at. I haven't been on Fables, but yeah, that guy JP, he has some sort of show. Yeah, sorry, JP. Yeah, so that's one I've heard a lot about, Killer Be Killed, but that's good to hear. Good to hear. Let's see. Tyler here, Shattered Glass. He had mentioned. He said there's so many. Yeah, there's so many. I know this is probably tough. But he had mentioned Kanto, and I think that's a really spot on place to go. I've read the first trade of Kanto. I've really enjoyed that. I was able to interview the writer of that recently on Comic Creator Origins. That was a lot of fun. I know he'd written Killer Queens recently come out too. But that's I think Kanto I would recommend that for anybody, right? Have you been reading it?
I haven't read Kanto. I actually picked up the first issue of like the volume 2 or whatever with the came out like 4 months ago or something. I enjoyed it. But I have to go back and read it. The first volume.
Let's see. Ryan Comic Stash, he had mentioned appreciate the kind words. Everybody with the kind words. I wasn't able to comment on everybody right away. I'm going to go back through and take some time.
I should have just cursed you off in my comment.
Just have it show up. I definitely want to go back, and I do appreciate everybody's kind words. A lot of people had a lot of nice things to say. Ryan here, Comic Stash, he had recommended Daredevil, and I have to say that's probably one of the top recommendations myself for anyone new. Good. Yeah, I mean, it's just easy to get into. Also, like you don't need to know too much, even though it's a Marvel character. You still don't, you just understand he's, he almost died.
I feel like, especially for this topic for new readers, I feel like street level heroes, especially like Marvel, DC superheroes and shit. Like, excuse me. But I feel like street level heroes are a great place for people to start because they don't, they're talking cosmic. There's this, there's that. So
not as confusing. Yeah, no, I agree there. Let's see. My man Tyler Darth Timo here. He said, let's see. He did I just miss what he said here? It's an engaging series.
I think okay, so it's not if I had to choose a series somewhere.
Depth of Truth. I read right over that. Department of Truth is definitely. I mean, it's certainly a favorite of mine. I thought about that for asking myself this question. I don't know. Well, I have recommended it to new readers, so I guess that is one for me to go to. I know that it is a heavier read.
I feel like, especially in the climate we're in, like social climate, like it depends, like what your beliefs are. Especially in that first trade. Yeah, like I mean, I loved it.
Sure. Yeah.
But, it's real, like you said, it's heavy. So new readers,
and there's not much action. So if anybody who gets into comics, if their perception is
and the artwork, like 90% of everyone hated it at first. Like, be honest, like everyone hated it, and then they're like, "Oh, it fits,"
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
What I mean? It grows on me.
Yeah. Alex Funk here. He had mentioned Swamp Thing or Batman, which I think are great. He mentioned The Long Halloween for Batman. That was, I got to read that too. That's been on my list. My buddy Eric, who had just gotten into comics, that was one of his first series.
That's definitely not bad.
Yeah, that's definitely not bad. He's just trying to get into kind of collecting small runs, things like that, things he likes. And so he kind of fell right in for the Long Halloween. So great pick there from Alex.
I see that Avi already back issue Paulie.
Yep, back issues Paulie. He's talking about Noctera or Nice House on the Lake. Both, I totally agree.
For sure.
They're just awesome. They're great reads. And I noticed a lot of people in the comments, they had said something like, it depends. It depends what they're into. Some people had stated that they would ask that person like what genre they're into first, which I totally agree. That's probably the thing that you'd want to go about before randomly suggesting any one book. But this was just kind of a cool, fun way to hear what people are really enjoying, or what is their must read, or what is, one of their top, books that come to mind. But yeah, I mean, though Noctera, absolutely. Nice House on the Lake for sure. Dale Suspense, appreciate the kind words. He says that Infinity Gauntlet series, that is one I have not fully read. And
Oh, really?
I probably should. Yeah, I mean, I think I own the trade, and I was like one of the first trades I bought, and I haven't gotten around to reading it yet.
That's good. I like it. It's college, no?
Yeah, right. Yeah, it's just kind of something that kind of fell to the wayside on my side of things, as I was starting to explore indie and other things. Hey, what's going on, Miguel? Good to see you, man. Hey, we got Magic Lasso in the house. Ryan, hello. Let's see. Free Energy says they would recommend Geiger from Image Comics. Yep, I think Geiger's been spot on. I'm a few issues behind, but definitely enjoy so far what I've been reading. Are you caught up on that?
Yeah, it's been the last issue of the volume, I should say. And then there's like an 80-page like one shot coming out soon or something. But
okay,
it's been great. Yeah, it's been awesome. The artwork's fantastic too.
Yep, agreed. We got Sheena here. So this was great. And this is probably my number one thing that I would go to is Saga that Sheena had put here. She had also put Black Magic.
She talks about Black Magic a lot. I need to look into that. I don't know exactly what it's about.
Me neither.
She talks about it a lot.
When I first just read that, I thought of Black Science immediately, but I'm like, oh no, Sheena, you mean Black Science? No, yeah, Black Magic I have not read. Obviously Saga. Are you caught up on Saga, or have you read Saga?
For sure, I binged that compendium.
You
like
did?
3 days, 4 days, dude. She was amazing.
I've been purposely slowly reading it still.
I know a lot of people like that, bro. I think Sparks is like that too.
Because I don't want it to end. It's so good. I don't want it to end. So I
told you I'm the type of dude who Google spoiler leaks and stuff. I don't care if it leaks. So I don't.
Burrito says Geiger issue number 6 sold him. Interesting. I haven't read that one yet, but so shout out to Saga. That's just a great series. Recommend for anybody. Moonlit Comics said Gideon Falls. That's definitely a go-to for me if I know that they are a fan of horror books. Definitely a go-to. I mean, Jeff Lemire. I
feel like that book and that book really broke, especially with the artwork, where a comic book can go with the paneling and with the storytelling too. The story was amazing, but the paneling, especially,
Yep.
It really pushed the boundaries.
So, Jason, when you get a chance, you should. Or I don't think you have yet. Have you read Swamp Thing's Alan Moore? I feel like we talked a little bit about that, but
no, I haven't.
No,
That's
right?
something I need to start.
So, the reason I think of that is because I feel that while Gideon Falls was very much unique in its own way, the way the panels were broken up, you actually see some of that within Swamp Thing from Alan Moore's run, and probably before that. I haven't read a lot of the earlier.
Borrowed it from that.
Just like the creativity, the way it's chopped up and broken up, like shattered glass and things like that.
Okay.
Yeah, it's cool. Comic Journey in the house says Watchmen is a must. Yeah, that's definitely up there. I think I saw some people mention Watchmen as well. That's definitely. I love the film. Let's see. Anthony Charles says Something That's Killing Children. That's probably another just easy answer to give as well. That's totally up there for something I think I would recommend. I feel like I have recommended it to people before, and I'm not caught up on that series. Are you caught up to the latest on that?
I'm surprised you're not caught up. Yeah, I'm caught up.
Yeah, no, I read the first 2 trades
with the whole the young Erica arc. You're not caught up on that, you mean, right?
No, the third. So the third trade, I was waiting until the trade actually came out, or at least I was telling myself that. And then the third trade came out, and then I was just reading other things. So I'm like, well, I'll just continue to wait. Like I'm not.
The second arc, like this young Erica arc, is like almost better than
the
first. And not shitting on the first arc at all. It was great. It was amazing, but it's really cool. What Tynan's doing.
Yeah. JP said you had better discuss Descender before I got here. We did not mention Descender yet.
Speaking of Descender, I actually picked up another number 1 I found the other day.
Look at this man. Oh, that's money right there. Oh my God, I love it.
Beautiful.
Dustin,
Beautiful.
Dustin
I love that book.
Yeah, man. Nice pickup. So JP, I was on his show multiple times to break down Descender along with Comic Man Andy and
I forgot to tell you, I just finished it the other week.
Descender? Oh, nice.
Yeah, so I have to start Ascender. Yeah.
Oh man, that's great. You're gonna be caught up to us. We broke down the 3 trades of Ascender over the past month and a half now. And so eventually, as that last trade comes out, we'll get caught back up on that. But yeah, good call there, JP. Just to bring up in discussion, Descender definitely top of my list as well. I will say I feel like Descender, from what I've talked about with people, it's been a hit or miss for some people.
I have heard that, like, through the grapevine of people, like, just talking about it. Like, I've heard people just hate it or just didn't like it.
Yeah, no, totally. So
I don't know what's wrong with them. That's my opinion, but that's my opinion. So.
We'll bring this conversation over to JR later in the next hour, because he's one that has a problem.
Oh yeah, he is. He is.
We love you, JR. We're just bringing up the center. Let's see. He also mentioned Invincible. That's another good one too.
Oh yeah,
JP.
Amazing.
Yeah,
amazing.
Let's see. We'll go through a couple more here before we release the we'll get the wheel spinning and then do the trivia giveaway here. I saw Digger Jim 720. Thanks, Jim. He had mentioned the Dark Phoenix saga. I mean, I'm not going to complain.
Yes,
I'm not going to argue that at all. That's definitely that is great stuff right there. And that's like classic. Like, if someone's really in the mood to like get into like what comics were, like, I just feel like that kind of it still gives that old school vibe of how the structure of things were, but it's a little bit more. The writing is better. I mean, the writing's definitely better than like the 60s or what, things like that. So at least in my opinion. So like the
art is fantastic too.
Oh yeah, and of course, right. So yeah, I mean, Dark Phoenix saga. For sure. Good call there, Jim.
Look at this plug right here. Look at this plug.
Azor's Tiger, plugging some Black Science here. Yeah, man. Rick Remender, Mateo Scalera, and yes, as anybody doesn't know, 22 minutes from now, we will be talking on this very channel, the channel you're on right now. We're going to be back here to break down trade number 4 of Black Science. Me, Jason, Eric, JR, and Sheena. So looking forward to that. But yes, so great stuff there. Definitely would recommend Black Science. It's been a trip. It's definitely been a trip. Mark Spector also mentioned Infinity Gauntlet. I know we mentioned that before, so appreciate you there, Mark. Zen just had some nice words to say. Thank you, Zen. Let's see. Poor Mike. Thank you, man, for the kind words. Simple Simon also had dropped some things here. Yeah, he mentioned Court of Owls. Yeah, man. Absolutely. Sove Collector Michael talked about the Eternals by Neil Gaiman. So that's he had told me about that before too. Yeah. Him and I had talked to Kachung about Eternal. I think Kachung mentioned Eternals by Neil Gaiman is a good one to jump into, especially before. I know you really enjoyed the new Eternals, Jason.
Yeah.
I was told that for clarity on certain things that Neil Gaiman's run would help.
Oh, really? Then I gotta read it 100%.
Yeah, I would go back. I mean, it's something I'd like to at some point because I, like you, and we're one of the few people that like Eternals.
Dude, it was like
from what I've read so far.
Detective story. Like,
right.
Todd Ribbick's art. I don't know, man. I loved it.
Let's see. Morbius had talked about brought up the X-Men as well. Claremont's run, absolutely. Thank you, Morb. There's JP bringing up Descender and his answer. Thank you, JP. Flash by Night. Appreciate the kind words. Talked about DC Rebirth Flash. Interesting. Joshua Williamson, who I know is taking over Batman. That's I honestly haven't heard I haven't heard bad or good things about Rebirth Flash.
I've heard people who are more have DC knowledge more than me say good things about it, but I've never read it before.
Yeah. Talking about year one. Yep. Good call there. Good call. This comment is a winning comment. Let's see. Has AWA been mentioned? Double A says. I don't think. I mean, I think they're in here. Yeah, and I know. And I should clarify. We're not going to be able to get all these, but I'm pretty sure there was a couple that were mentioned. But if not, AWA for sure. I'm loving.
And I'm not even saying that because it got optioned. A lot of people were on that before from the jump.
Which one?
Great series. Chariot.
Oh, Chariot. Yes.
Yeah. That got optioned, but even the ones that haven't got optioned, all of AWA. Did you read Casual Fling?
No, I picked up the
Ooh.
first issue to that, and I just never read it. Never had a chance to read
Bro, go read that digitally, get the trade or whatever it is, because that's a real adult. That's a Netflix show. I'm telling you right now,
it.
that's a
Really?
Netflix
Okay.
show that
Damn.
you'll love, basically.
Nice. Okay.
Literally.
Cool. Good to know. Yeah, I know I own a cover A and B because I remember first picking it up. I was very intrigued. Autumn L talked about Daredevil for sure. Yep, 100%. One that I don't think was mentioned, and another one I'm just to say it so I can talk about it, is Nightwing. I legitimately would recommend Nightwing 78 on. I really would, to a new reader. And I would tell the new reader, it's especially because it's a good, kind of like Daredevil. Like if you're not into superhero stuff, you don't need, it doesn't need to be. And if you are into superhero stuff, like you have that. But it's not necessarily like the Cosmos type stuff. It's it's on the ground. It's easy. It's relatable. The flirting that's going on between him and Babs, like all the different stuff. A lot of
Tom
emotion.
Taylor.
So yeah, yep. I mean, and right now, I would recommend probably anything from Tom Taylor. So yeah, there you go, Chariot.
Yep.
All right, so I think I'll just run through just a handful more here before we get into this. Sleepy Reader, thank you for the kind words. He had mentioned Alan Moore's Xander Cannon and Gene Ha. I'm not familiar with that. Top 10 from Alan Moore. I'm not familiar with that. I'll have to look that up. I know Sleepy Reader knows his stuff. So Roscoe had mentioned Strange Academy, Kanto. Yep, absolutely. Nick's Kicks, Invincible, we had talked about just a little while ago. Yep, appreciate it, Nick, for the kind words. Grayman says Demon series from the 90s. Interesting. Okay. Interesting. I've not really I know Demon. I know Demon's in some of the Swamp Thing stuff I read. But I haven't heard much of that otherwise from the 90s. Extremity from Warren Johnson.
Daniel Warren Johnson? Has to be Daniel Warren Johnson.
I think, yeah. I haven't heard of that Extremity. Yeah. Chinmo lists a bunch of good ones. Noctera Saga, Paper Girls.
That's something on my list.
Planet Hulk, I heard was very good. Haven't read that. I did read Batman Hush a long time ago. That's probably like secretly my first comic I ever read was Batman Hush.
Secretly,
but like a long, before I even really, I remember I bought. I'll share this and then we'll get into the giveaway. I bought Batman Hush. I don't even remember why I got into it. This was probably because I remember I didn't get into comics until like 3 years ago, like where I'm like reading comics, buying comics. Batman Hush I bought from Barnes and Noble probably like 8 to 10 years ago. And I remember it was like a Friday night. I went to Barnes & Noble. I found the graphic novel. It looked cool. The artwork, stunning. I was like, all right. I mean, I don't know what. Maybe Batman was out or something. Maybe it was right around like a Batman movie release.
Well, I mean, if it was 10 years ago, it's
like the Joker, like that stuff. So because there's something that must have motivated me because I otherwise didn't really, I didn't talk comics with anybody. So anyway, I picked this up. I think it was like $40 or something like that, $35 for the graphic novel from Barnes and Noble. So I picked this thing up. I go home. I binge read it. Again, never used to love reading, but I read it anyways. I loved it. I remember staying up. I just read it straight through, like, I don't know, an hour and a half worth or however long it took me. And I loved it. But then I remember thinking like, and I was working at a different job. I wasn't making as much money at the time. And I just remember thinking like, man, I don't need to keep this. Like I read it now. I could really use that $35
what's
back.
funny about how you thought about that? I kind of think about that with like trades sometimes. Or like if it's not like if it's still in print and like widely available, I'm like, you know what? I could give this to someone. Like it's taking up space. I read this. Like I could read it somewhere else. Like you know what I mean? Like
that was my mindset then too. I mean, I wasn't even a collector at that time. So sure enough, I was able to return that. So someone out there has my copy and I've read it. I didn't damage the book, it's still brand new.
So you did.
I read it one time, I returned it, kept the receipt.
Okay.
But now I'm like, it's probably something I should own. I should probably just own it because I'm.
You own too many things at this point.
I know. Hey, I see us in the house. Yeah, right. Station brother, good to see you. Let's see. All right, let's get into
giveaway.
Kate Titus here said, what would you say was your best find that you got at a cheap price but was worth more later? Oh, like a single issue? I mean, I mean, I could say, I mean, I guess technically by ratio and by, if my math is right, technically my X-Men 1 signed by Stan Lee was my first. But I say that because when I initially got it, and yes, I won it in a raffle.
Does that count?
But no, but hear me out. When I won it, it was only worth like $6,000 at that point.
Yeah, only.
Now it's like 14 grand. So technically, that's probably been the widest gap. You know what I mean?
It does count.
Like I could say Saga won, and I got the first 18 issues for $150 unslabbed. And then I went and slabbed it, all that stuff. Like, so that's a big, that grew. I think I had to say technically, if we're getting technical, all right, guys, let's get into the giveaway here before we wrap things up. And again, thank you all so much for hanging out, and stay tuned because right after the giveaway, we have the trivia that we're going to ask everybody here in the chat, and you could still win these 3 books thanks to my man Jason here, Claiming Comics. Sure. Let me remove this here for a sec. And again, thank you all so much for leaving comments, for supporting the channel, getting to 900. Appreciate everybody. So these 3 are Jason's books that he's giving up for a giveaway here live in the chat right now. If you're here, we're going to ask the trivia question. We will do that right after the wheel spin. But first, we're going to do the wheel spin. So let's let me pull that up here, share the screen for that, and then we will get started. Share screen. Good old wheel of names. Okay, you guys can see that?
Yep.
All right, cool.
I see the test.
Yeah, so I think let's see, we had a total of 55 people.
Do you have to manually add these names in on this wheel?
One at a time, my friend. No, I'm just kidding. No, just you're gonna paste. No. Okay. Good old copy paste.
No, I didn't mean like right now. No, I just meant in general, like
Yeah, no, I did have to go through and like pull the names. Like that took a little.
Okay, time. So that's a yes. That's a yes.
Yeah, that was some pre.
I hope you left my name out of this too.
Some prep. I think you are technically in it, but we'll just if you come up, we'll just
come on.
We'll respin. You can respin. What's going on, Alonzo? Good to see you, brother. Just saw him over on Morbius's channel with Paul Morris. They were having a great conversation.
Probably just finished up.
Yep. Evolutionary Comics also in the house. What's going on, brother? All right, let's do this. So, Jason, give me a number 1 through 5.
3.
All right, so we're gonna shuffle this up 3 times, and then the winner, and just as a reminder, the winner is getting these 3 books here. So these 2, and if I can hold it up right,
Federici.
That one right there, Federici, the Batman 108. Is it 108? 106, 108. And Eve and Miles Morales, Rose Besh. So, all right, number 3. So we're going to shuffle this 3 times and then spin the wheel. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. All right, good luck, everybody. Here it is. Got my hype button ready.
And
it is. Oh, is it JP? It is JP. Congratulations, JP's Budget Collecting. JP, my friend, I know this is going to a great home. So very cool, man. Very cool. Congratulations. Thank you to everyone who had put a comment in the comment section and participated in this. I really do appreciate everyone. And on top of that, I appreciate just the support, the 900, the engagement, the hangouts, the memories, everything. It's just been so awesome. And I know, 900 is certainly a milestone, and we are continuing our road to 1K. So hopefully we'll be back here again for a 1K celebration. So JP, you're the winner, my friend. Thanks so much. I should have clarified. I forgot to clarify. If you are out, I'll say this now. We already know, but for Jason, for this Jason's sake, this Jason and myself, when we're shipping this other one, if you are outside of the United States, we just ask, we'll pay the $8, shipping, but we just ask that you pay the difference if you're out of state. I'm sorry, out of country. But otherwise,
from Jersey, we're not.
Yeah. You gotta pay. You gotta pay everything. You gotta pay for the books, everything. Yeah, man, no doubt, JP. Thanks for participating and just the friendship, man. We've always had good times. Glad it's going to you, my friend. All right, so that was for that, and then all right. So, Jason, you want to?
All right.
You want to ask
there's
the
a
question. You ask the question, and I'll drop the line, so people can't answer this until the line has been dropped. We won't count anything before that. So go ahead, Jason. What is the trivia that they need to answer correctly in order to win your books?
If you want to win these books, you got to tell me what Justin's number one pick for New Comic Book Day tomorrow is. As you guys know, if you watch his channel, every week he has his most anticipated books, his top 10 list. So what's number one for tomorrow?
True. I'm going to add a little twist to this. You have to name the series and the writer's name. We're looking for that first and last name and the series. That's what we're looking for. Writer's first and last name in the series, all in one comment. So I'm going to drop this line, and then you guys put that in the chat. The first one to do so gets these books from Jason. So here it is. Line has been dropped. And let's see if we can get a correct answer here, because, again, this is for East of West, the trade. It's going to be for Monster Kill Squad, Bad Idea, and another Bad Idea, The Lot, issue number 1. Let's see. Yeah, you're right. I already see it as well. Super quick. My man Nick, he's all over it. My man Nick, he knows. Appreciate you, Nick, for watching the shows as I put them out the top 10s, man. There it is. That's the correct answer. That is the correct answer. Yeah. So
you haven't read these.
Yeah, good. No, good point.
That was the best scenario.
Nick, we're curious if you've read these. Let us know if you've read them and if you or if you were planning on reading them. But either way, they're yours. You win. Congratulations on that. Appreciate everybody hanging out. We are going to get ready to go to this other. Let me bring this up. This other show that we're about to kick off. So if you guys want to hang around, not on this particular link, but come back to the channel, we're literally going to be breaking down volume 4 of this Black Science for the unofficial Underground Comic Book Club, as I named us. Yes, exactly. And also just a reminder for Saturday, going to be hanging out with Legion of Comics, 2:00 Eastern here on this channel as well. Going to interview Mark about his origin story, get to know a little bit more about him and how he got into this great hobby. Really looking forward to that as well. And just because I have it here and they're such great people, I am also going to plug for my man Sparks and Caroline. They had got their own variant coming out as well for You Promised Me Comics. The exclusive
and the regular
variant.
covers are sold out everywhere.
Yep.
All the regular covers for this, cover A, B, C, whatever you want to call it, they're sold out. So if you want to read this book, and it's a hot indie book of this week, you want to go to them. So email them. There
you go. Nobody's Child, issue number 1. And yeah, so reach out to Sparks Comics, reach out to Caroline's Comics, or just message them on You Promised Me Comics, and they'll work something out, because I think there's only 300 of their particular exclusive. And I have to just say, I'm really excited for them. They are they're great friends of mine. Obviously, I just had Caroline on the show, Origins show, this past Saturday. If you guys missed that, make sure you check that out. That was a great time. And I'm just really excited for them because the fact that they have their own variant, I think that's such a big deal, in my opinion. I mean, I'd never think to have my own variant. So I think it's just really cool.
The perfect artist, too, to go along with it. And the perfect publisher, Behemoth. It just fits.
Yep. It fits. Absolutely. Nick, when you get a chance, just DM me your information, and we'll get the books over to you. Also, JP, if you're still here as well, just DM me as well. And yeah, there's You Promised Me Comics. Absolutely, Jeremy. No problem there, my friend. I'm excited for you guys. All right, we're going to wrap this up because literally 5 minutes from now, we're going to go live again. So hopefully we will see some of you guys over there. We still have a solid 20 hanging out with us. Thank you all if you're watching the replay right now. Thank you so much. We will get to 1K. When we do, it's going to be a huge party. I want to have a bunch of people on the channel, so definitely stay tuned for that. But until next time, we will catch you guys